Hey friends, I just went to the store to Whole Foods and I want to share with you my 3 month hunker down solo plan, if that's what we're going to do here. But essentially, you want to get things that are really high density fat, high density protein. If you get a lot of carbs, it's just like anything. It's just going to burn right through. You're going to be super hungry. And you want to eat as much real food as possible because if you're eating junk food, your body's not going to register that you have the nutrients that you need. So it's kind of like how we used to eat. It's kind of cool. Like the way that we're going back to the caveman days where we only had food like maybe once a week and then we fasted like for 5 days. So this is a really great time to practice fasting for 24 hours or doing intermittent fasting. I'm at the point now where I eat like maybe 1 to 2 meals a day. I like have my metabolic mocha in the morning and then maybe like some kind of a salad and then, bone broth and then maybe like a meat meal at the end of the day with some cruciferous vegetables. And I'm going to show you a little tour of what I do. But generally, like I only eat like 2 meals a day. I don't even eat that much. And once your body is happy and it has the nutrients that it needs and you cleanse your body of all the toxins that are the main reason these toxins block our cell wall door. And when your cell wall doors are blocked, hormones, vitamins, nutrients, minerals, the good stuff can't get in. So that's why I say ABC, always be cleansing. A cleansed body is a consuming body, meaning that your cells are going to be well because the doors are going to be open to receiving. So there's also a piece of this where if you have a blocked mind and you're not open to receiving, as above, so below. So if you have a closed mind, you may have some closed cells and you're not absorbing the nutrients. So make sure that you're also in a healthy state of receiving as well, emotionally and mentally. So anyway, I digress. ABC, always be cleansing. Always be doing something every day for the liver. And I'm going to show you exactly what I do in the morning so that you can cleanse the toxins out of the body. It doesn't matter, if we take hormone replacement therapy or any kind of bioidentical hormones or like the best supplements in the world or the greatest cleanse kit in the world. If you are toxic, it's just going to slip right through you and it's going to be very expensive. Bioidentical hormones, a lot of people are spending a lot of money on these things. So it's critical. It's extremely critical now that if you want to be healthy, you need to be detoxing. I take my clients for at least a 3 to 6 month journey of cleansing them from decades of junk. It's kind of like we all don't really realize it, but we're hoarding. Like imagine the storage units or that show Hoarders. That's what the majority of our bodies look like on the inside, unless you are the 2% of the population who has gone on a 1 to 2 year tour of mopping up the mess of metals, mold, mycotoxins, and a lot of things that the majority of us now are extremely toxic with. So the real critical secret is detox. That is how you boost your immunity, is getting the crap out of the way that's depleting your immunity. So throughout this next, 3 to 6 months that many of us are going to be on hiatus, I'm going to encourage you to sign up to work with me one-on-one and run some labs, or if we can't even ship labs to your home because UPS and FedEx is closed, then I encourage you to sign up for my Beauty Detox Master Course. And we're going to talk about how to eat clean, the toxins that are in, on, and around your body that are constantly depleting your hormones, that are sabotaging your mind, that are taking up space and adding bloat and belly problems to your gut. So a lot of gut imbalances, neurotransmitter deficiencies, mineral deficiencies. Hormones are made of minerals, so we need healthy minerals. So I'm going to encourage you to, if you're home and you can't leave the house, get my program. It's like not even that expensive. You can educate yourself. So when you get back out in the real world, you know what to do, right? So I'm going to show you a little tour of what's behind me, which is all the foods that I bought for the next 3 months. It's probably going to last me for like the next 3 months. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to do. I'm also going to show you how you can get your body to feel full and grounded and satiated and safe. And when your body feels that, then you won't crave all the junk food. You won't crave the caffeine. You won't crave the sugar. You won't want to escape your life with alcohol. You won't want to numb out with medications or drugs, recreational drugs, that is. Of course, mushrooms are fine, but you know, I'm a fan. So anyway, bottom line, it's not just about taking superfoods. It's not just about your macros. None of that matters if your body is super toxic. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do if we can't leave the house for the next 3 months to stay on top of my body so that I'm not toxic. And this is the exact same baby steps that you can try yourself. Okay, here we go. So I got a ton of black beans. Each one of these cans should probably last you a good day of food if it comes to that. And these black beans, I didn't have a choice. These ones are not organic, but I was at Whole Foods and this was all that was left. But see how there's a lot of fiber in here, but there's also protein. So this is healthy fiber, but just keep in mind that this actually causes a lot of belly bloat for a lot of people, beans, especially if you don't have the proper enzymes to break them down. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about how to break things down and digest them. I only have 1 bottle of wine here for the next 3 months. So if I decide that I need to like warm up or if I need to kill some bugs, I got organic wine. Although I recommend as much as you can stay away from alcohol because alcohol depletes your immune system, obviously. But, you know, this is just in case to have a little bit here and there. And it's a screw off, so I don't need to, you know, do any crazy tooling with it. I got a ton of wild caught albacore and salmon. So one of these cans should probably last me, you know, I don't know, 2 days or something like that. So always get wild caught, never, ever, ever get farm raised because a lot of times they call it sustainable, but they're feeding the salmon chicken pellets. That is not sustainable. That's stupid. There's no chicken of the sea that salmon eat. It's dumb. So sustainability is not the right word. What you're looking for is wild and sustainable. So this is awesome. It comes from Alaska, where most of the best salmon in the world come from. This is the best kind of oatmeal. Here is the kind that you can just add water to, or you can do overnight oats. So overnight oats is something where you can just pour, it's like a 1-in-1 ratio, where you can make some nut milk and soak that in the oats, and then the next morning you have oatmeal. And so that should last because this has got more fiber than standard things. You've got 4 grams of fiber, dietary fiber, and then 27 grams of carbohydrates, also some protein and fat. What I usually do with oats is I add walnuts to it, and then I've got also wild blueberries. So these will last a long time because I'm going to put them in the freezer. These are the best kind, wild blueberries. They have the most amount of antioxidants. So you could do blueberries and walnuts inside the oatmeal, and that could be a complete meal. Could also add some coconut milk. I have coconut milk and coconut cream in the pantry as well, but coconut milk in cans never hurts because it lasts forever. Every single morning I make my metabolic mocha. So this is my metabolic mocha ingredients plus, you know, some of these other things I keep down here, but they may go very soon. My recipe's online. These are some additional things I like to add, cacao nibs, and I'll show you a couple other things I have on the top of my shelf. But this is generally how I wake up in the morning. I have my metabolic mocha. I'll share that recipe with you guys. And then I'll have something like a salad for lunch. And then maybe at nighttime, and a salad with lunch, and I'll have like a meat or some kind of sausage, which I have sausage in the freezer. They're organic. And so that's what I'll have for lunch. And, you know, you can always add some walnuts, edamame. Edamame is really great for clearing out harmful estrogens that cause fibroids, cysts, tumor growths, what am I missing? Fibroid cysts, cancer growth, also fat cells, and fibrocystic breasts. So a lot of these things are grown by xenoestrogens, synthetic estrogen, which is like plastic parabens, phthalates, the hormones from animals that we consume. That's why it's very important to buy organic and sustainably raised and wild caught. Okay, so that's what I'll do here. You could do 1 egg a day, and that's all you'll ever need. If you're, worst comes to worst, you eat 1 egg a day. It's got all the amino acids, all the fat, and all the macros that you need, all the nutrients that you need. It's got choline in it. It's really good for you. And eat the yolk. You need fat. So I've got 12 here, and I'm also hard boiling organic. I'm also hard boiling 12 here. So I got 24 eggs, which is really great. this is what I'm having for dinner tonight, lobster tails and sweet potato fries. I'm treating myself, right? And let's see, so I'll probably be making some of these tomorrow with the Brussels sprouts. Obviously this stuff doesn't last too long, but it's really good to have some fiber as well. You can always freeze this stuff and use it later on. So I've got 24 days of eggs. I've got probably, another month right here between these things. And then check this out. Look at all of this bone broth. Okay, I'm stoked. Kettle and Fire is one of my favorite bone broth companies after my friend Lance, who just sold his. But Kettle and Broth had this at the store, and I think I got like most of it. Like there's still some left there, but I got, let's see, what did I count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and there's 2, so there's 20. So each one of these has 1 serving in it, so that's 40 servings here. Bone broth is really, really powerful if you look at the macronutrients in it. So we've got 10 grams of protein for each serving, and then you've got fat that you can add to it. You can always add things like coconut milk too, which I like to add with this one especially. So the coconut milk is right there. I like to add that to the bone broth, and then you could add things like, this is maybe not last for too long, but you could always add things like cilantro, which is a really good chelator for heavy metals, for detox, as well as green onions. So those are options as well. And then these ones are brand new. I've never seen them before, but there's different flavors. So I just bought a whole bunch of them. There's 2 servings in here. There's definitely fat in this one, and there's protein in this one. So this one has some dairy in it. So if you are lactose intolerant, this is not for you. But this one is the broccoli cheddar. And then you've got butter curry. So with this one, you've got also a lot of fat. This one has chicken bone broth, cream, butter, lots of spices. So this one has lots of dairy in it too. Miso, ooh, miso hungry. This is probably going to be super amazing. This one doesn't have as much fat, but it's got a lot of protein in it. And you can see the rest of the ingredients. Miso is really, really good. It's another really good thing for xenoestrogens. But if you can't do soy sauce or gluten, I don't think you could do this one. I don't think this is gluten-free because you can see it's not gluten-free. So I think I actually need to take this back to the store because I didn't look at my ingredients. Damn it. Let's see here. Butternut squash. Okay, this one's got a lot of collagen. You can see in the top right here. And here's what the ingredients are in here. You've got 11 grams of fat, 6 grams of protein, butternut squash, coconut milk, and then bone broth, and a ton of other really powerful spices. So what I would say is, see how on this one it probably says contains soy, and I just didn't even look at it. Yeah, see, it contains soy. Darn it. Well, I got to take this back because it's soy sauce, water organic soybeans. So I don't think I will do good with that. But let's see here. And then this one here says contains milk. So look at that down there. You'll typically see if it has something that you can't do. You don't want to be in quarantine and have foods that your body doesn't react to very well. And let's see, the last thing I was going to show you guys is these. I love these. On Guard is my favorite thing for protecting your hands from pathogens, antibacterial, antifungal, all the things. I put True Drops in water every day of my lemon, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute. Ginger is a really powerful antiviral, antipathogen as well. I start my morning every morning with apple cider vinegar, about a teaspoon of this with 1 drop or 2 drops of lemon. And then I add some stevia to it. And here's the thing, we don't need a ton of plastic water bottles. If you have an alkalinized system, or if you have at least a reverse osmosis and you need to add minerals back, because RO depletes minerals. So if you have something like this, you don't need to buy plastic water bottles. I think that's one of the biggest depletions of the planet. And I just use this water bottle here. And that's how I put the essential oils in there. So that's what I got for you. I'm going to start my dinner, and I hope you guys are all prepared for whatever is to come, but without fear, and enjoying yourselves. And also make sure you always have some oil on hand because that can help you last for a long, long time as well because it's fat. So that's it. My 3-month preparation plan. I've also got dog food and canned dog food. Also have some candles, a shitload of toilet paper. Just kidding, I don't. I think we'd all need to get bidets. This is a little bit crazy and excessive, this whole toilet paper crisis. And then also my computer, books. I live like this all the time anyway, but I think the greatest thing that's coming out of the coronavirus is our wake-up call, that we really need to look out for ourselves and be healthy. People who are immunocompromised, some of like 2% of the population was born immunocompromised, but the other 98% of us, we have no excuse. We've been doing this to ourselves. So it's time for us to wake up, time for us to stand up, time for us to speak up, and it's time for us to take better care of ourselves. Because guess what? No one's looking out for you. No one's going to fix you. No one's going to love you. No one's going to heal you the way that you can. So let's tap into our intuition, keep it as clean as possible. The more detox our body, the more that you detox your pineal gland of things like fluoride and chlorine that block and calcify that, you can tap into your intuition at any time, as long as you give yourself enough space and your life to breathe, ask for prayer, set your intentions, and then when you meditate and have that space in your life, that's when those things can come true. You can't create prayers and intentions and live at 1,000,000 miles an hour life and never give yourself a break to receive the gifts that you ask for, yeah? Let this be a time of nourishing our body, cleansing ourselves, healing our hormones and our guts, and igniting your life so that when you come out of this, you are grateful for the time, the reset, and the wake-up call, because this is when humans do what humans do best. We come together. We open our eyes. We open our minds, and we open our hearts and say, how can I help you? But ultimately, how can I help me? Because the more I'm helping and healing me, the more I can help and heal parts of you. And like I said, the links that you guys can go to grab one of my programs so that you're at home and instead of just watching Netflix and crap, you are watching tutorials on how you can do the very things I talk about in this little kitchen tour that I provided you with, yeah? So I'd be excited and honored to share this wisdom with you that has helped thousands of women and men, children, and pets all around the world.